This episode is brought to you by Naked Fig Soap. Shop over a dozen handcrafted artisan soaps locally sourced and made in Arizona using the finest non-toxic intentional ingredients. Naked Fig Soap also offers facial care products along with accessories like soap dishes, soap saver bags, and more.
Visit their website at nakedfigsoap.com and use code DRUMMINGUP, all one word, for 20% off online orders. And that is the best place to find her now.
Yes.
She doesn't really have a storefront so much as she has
As of right now.
Yeah, as of right now,
Yes.
she has her products in certain locations,
Yes.
which again is the best place to find her is at her nakedfigsoap.com website.
Yes.
Or her socials. Instagram is a great spot to find her. Ask her any questions where she's going to be at like a farmer's market.
Yes.
You can find all that out. Or
But coming up, she's
Yeah.
moving to bigger and better opportunities.
Yes, absolutely. And we're very happy to hear that because,
Yes.
we just want to
She's
make
one
sure
of our
she's doing
favorite,
okay.
favorite companies.
Oh, yeah. Whenever we're getting low, we always place our order.
Yes.
And again, use that code drumming up,
Yes.
all one word, to get that 20% off discount.
For sure.
nakedfigsoap.com. It'll be in the show notes. We'll have her website. And then the best thing to do is from the website, go find her socials, follow her. That helps her. And by you doing that, it helps us because we know you're listening and we know you're buying her great products. She also offers tattoo care and everything too.
Yes,
so
she does.
just a ton of stuff that she does. It's all locally made and everything. So what was that website again?
That is nakedfigsoap.com.
Using code drumming
Drumming
up,
Up.
all one word, for 20% off at checkout.
Hi there, this is Julian of Gorad, and you are listening to Drumming Up Conversation. Hell yeah.
Drumming up conversation. Drumming up, yeah. Drumming up, yeah. Drumming up, yeah. Conversation. Drumming up, yeah. Drumming up, yeah. Drumming up, yeah. Conversation. Drumming up, yeah. Drumming up, yeah. Drumming up, yeah. Conversation. Drumming up, yeah. Drumming up, yeah. Drumming up, yeah. Conversation. Yeah.
Oh, got it.
All right, perfect. So today we are joined by Cynthia from Moonlit Dreamz. We met you at the Terror Trader event. You had
Yes.
some awesome candles and oils and all that. How you doing today?
I'm great. My
Awesome.
dog's about to come in here, my son's dog, so he might get a quick view of him.
That's
That's
fine.
fine.
Perfect.
Okay.
So where did the bug come from to make your products? Where did that start?
For my products, I used to make them for myself. The bath salts, the rollers, candles, and everything like that. And then I started giving them to friends. And, it's so cool when you make a roller or bath salts or whatever for somebody. They're like, oh my God, it helped me sleep. Or, it helped the tension or anything like that. So I used to do that all the time in the little neighborhood that I lived in. And then they're like, why aren't you charging for these? Why aren't you selling them? I'm like, because I'm just making them as a gift. And they're like, well, you should start it. And so a couple of them just started giving me money, and I'm, how that goes.
Yeah.
And then our town had a First Friday event all the time where there'd be vendors, food trucks, all of that. And so I started doing little vending there, setting up a little table and selling stuff. And then I had a shop owner that asked me if I would put some of my things in the shop. And that was cool. But then I got divorced, moved, came out, to the Mesa area. I'm like, okay, well, that's over. I didn't want to I didn't really know what to do. And so later I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll open up an Etsy shop. And Etsy is really hard, especially because I really suck at social media. And that's the way you have to go.
We're not good either at all.
Oh my God, I'm the worst. I kept asking my daughter, please just do this for me. And how that goes.
I'll hand my daughter the phone and say, this is what I want. Will you post it? Like, okay, thank you.
And that was her thing too. She's like, my look is not going to be the same as yours. I'm like, I don't have I don't have a method of how I do it, but she helps me at all the shows, so she gets a pass on that.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Where did you learn to make like oils and bath salts and stuff like that?
Um, honestly, like, I know you guys just had a huge thing on mental health a couple of episodes,
Mhm.
but for me, that's been a struggle my entire life. So I'm always researching, different things. And I would have doctors and counselors and stuff tell me, meditate, do this, do that. And so I started doing the meditation and then with that essential oils, so I started researching the properties, of the different plants, all that kind of business. And that's how I started going into that. It's just like making it for myself, trying to find something to, like calm my mind or, whatever's going on with me at the time. So, yeah, basically everything that I do kind of stems from me trying to help myself or then me trying to help somebody else that's going through similar issues. But I mean, it all comes around and it's been working out for me so far. So, yeah, that's the basis of it.
That's
Okay.
really cool.
And so was it more of an experimentation than finding out what worked in certain oils and sprays and all that then?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of book reading,
Mhm.
um, websites, podcasts, like
Mhm.
YouTube things. I kind of just, whenever I'm trying to learn something, I kind of get a little bit absorbed in it, like a little OCD where it's all I do all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's trial and errors because there's some, plants or whatnot that's supposed to be good. They'll say, here's a you'll read a book and it's like, put this, this, and this in it. And then
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, that smells like I don't like it at
Yeah.
all. So it's that kind of trial and error, like what I like. What I like might not be what everybody else likes, but that's basically what I start from. And then I've had people that are, ask me, hey, I have this muscle on my back, and then, something like that. So I'll make it for them, see how it goes. I always like write it down and um, just kinda go from there. It is a lot of trial and error,
Yeah. Well,
for sure.
the roller we got from you helps us sleep
It helps a lot.
tremendously. Yeah. So we
That's
want to
so
thank you for
cool.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. That
Yeah.
makes me
Yeah.
feel so good.
It really
We
does.
could tell a difference if we forget it one night. We could tell a difference for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Really? That's
Yep.
Really.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's really, really,
Yeah.
really
So
helped.
thank you for that.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
And you also make candles, correct?
Yes.
And
I make
how was that experience learning that? It's tedious work.
Oh my god. Yeah, it really is. Like, it took me years of that's really trial and error because you have to go through what wicks, work with what waxes and like the vessels and percentages. It's so much science and math that's involved in it. Um so that was a ton of trial and error. And that was the same thing, like giving candles to people. And then once I got the formulas where, like the scent actually lasted and went out there, I don't know, it's just such a great feeling to make something and, produce something and it works well and people like it and it, it's just warming.
Right, for sure.
And where did the spell theme for them come from?
Because we saw on your Etsy that you have the candles and like a spell underneath it.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I practice. So basically, the same thing with the herbs and stuff like that. Learning the different properties of it, healing properties, or like if you can't stand someone that, those kinds of things too. But the spell candles are more, like uplifting. Um, so what I do when I'm doing my own practices, it's with the herbs, grinding them up. First I do like I make the oils with the different herbs, and then grind up a powder or, just sort of herbs, like dress your candle. Like I carve things in my candle, just whatever my intent is, and then put the oil on it, and then the herbs, and then I always use crystals and things like that. So that's how I do it. But with the candles, it's just really pretty, you know, it's something pretty to give to give somebody that's aesthetically pleasing and then does what they want. I mean, it's all about intentions and that type of thing. So if somebody wants to buy one of my candles and they just think it's pretty, that's fine. But if somebody wants to use it, to help them, get their mind frame and what they're trying to do, then that's basically, I mean, why I do it. It's part of the same thing. It's what I do in my own life. So I thought, well, I mean, if it would help somebody else and they like the way it looks, then let's do it.
Yeah,
For sure.
that's really cool.
Yeah, very cool.
You have a higher health ritual powder on your Etsy store. What is that? Tell us about that.
Um, I was really sick last month. I told you guys how I had
Yeah.
bronchitis for forever, and I was just feeling real shitty. And so I sometimes I'll make teas and things like that. So I was using the same herbs and drinking a ton of tea, and then I did my own little candle, and I was grinding up these herbs, and I mean it was basically like I have these cute little bottles, let me just put some together, put a cute little label on them, and then, just put them in the shop. So basically, just kind of sharing what I was trying to do with somebody else. So, I mean, that's the same thing. They're not for everybody, like if somebody's into like craft type, spell type work, then they'll know what they are, dress a candle, just use it for some kind of ritual, whatever the case may be. But yeah, basically just trying to share what I was attempting to help me. Sometimes it's like you got a virus and there's pretty much nothing you can do
Right.
about it. But yeah, that's where that one came from.
Okay. And so what, like we said at the beginning, we met you at the last Terror Trader Cells from the Dark Side event. Do you have a booth in the store, or do you just do the events, or is it both?
Both,
Okay.
which was really cool. Um, because I went to Mad Monster, I think it was last summer. Do you guys go to that one?
We have not.
Okay, it's like a Comic-Con, but for horror and
Mhm.
that type of genre. It's super fun. You should go.
Okay.
But
Yeah, we know the
yeah,
next
you should
one's in
totally
July,
go.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we had I don't know if you know Chaz and Alicia, but they were both on from oh my God,
Roddy
Rada
Bones.
Cripones. Geez, it's early. Yeah, we had them on, and they're doing that, so we definitely want to check it out.
Yeah, I think I've gone the last 4 years, except for the COVID break. But but I saw Terror Trader had a little booth there,
Mhm.
and so I went up, and was talking to them, and they're so fucking cool, and they're so easy to
Yeah.
talk to. And then I live on in the East Valley, and they had the shop, so just started going to the shop and following them on social media. So it was just one of their ads that said, there's a show, vendors, they're taking applications, and they had me vend there. So I did I think I don't know, 3 shows, maybe 2 or 3. And then they had asked me if I wanted to have a coffin. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, no, in our shop. And I honest to God thought they were asking the wrong person. I'm like, it's okay if you got me mistaken with somebody else, because I don't have a social media following or anything like that. But they're like, no, that's what we want. And I don't, a lot of it is cool art that people make, from the horror genre. And I'm like, I don't really do that. Like yeah, I can't create things that these people are doing, which is so cool. But they're like, no, we want exactly what you're selling at the shows and things like that. So February was when I got my coffin there, and it's so fun. I mean, just even going in there, like everybody is so relaxed and laid back, and it's just always makes me feel good. Like I'll leave there and I'm just like high almost,
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
it's fun. I enjoy it. And they're very helpful, if you ask them anything, even if I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna sell, and they're like, just try it. If it doesn't, who cares? And, make something else. And just I enjoy it. It's a nice, like I said, I kind of just moved up to this area. So it was nice for me to have like a new social group to talk to. And, I'm just meeting more people, but I'm loving everybody that I'm meeting. It's like a nice little cute family type environment.
Everybody has said such great things about Jason.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
everybody just,
Yeah.
but he's just so amiable. It's so easy to work with him, and how
Yeah,
all these fun things that he does.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they're
the first
so
time we
cool.
went in there, first time we went in there, we asked if they want to come on, and he agreed right away. We
Yeah.
contacted like 2 weeks later, he was on, and we'd only been there once, and
Yeah.
like we talked to him, and every
Yeah.
I mean, we've gotten so many connections and met so many great people at his events,
Do that,
and
yeah.
everyone's so
Yeah,
nice that
it's
are at those
And
events too.
it's so
yeah,
nice to be able to promote local things.
Yeah, yes,
absolutely. Yeah, it's such a nice environment, and they are honestly trying to help all of their vendors. Look at how funny their videos are and things
Yeah.
like that. Like,
so he's wearing
who
his
doesn't want to go
glasses.
there?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, it's super cool. I felt very fortunate that I'm given this opportunity.
yeah,
And it also, there's so many other things that I like to make. The problem is I have like 10,000 ideas, but I don't have like millions of dollars to create these ideas.
I think
But
that's our
it's
problem too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes, exactly. So I'm learning to not buy
Mhm.
everything that I want. Like, okay, make this, sell this, and then start something else, or start out smaller. I was
Yeah.
making like, I don't know, 20 or 30 of something, and then I'm like, "Oh, shit, nobody even bought that." But whatever, it eases my mind. Like, I come home and it gives me something to do, something to focus on, and so my mind doesn't turn in ways it shouldn't, you know what I mean?
For
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Is there anything new that you are working on?
Yeah, I started making jewelry again. I used to like any shows that I go to, that's the first booth I'm looking at crystal jewelry or, like things like that people make. So then I started making my own, years ago. And with this opportunity at Terror Trader, I was like, oh my God, I can get all this stuff out, and start making it. So last week I put in, or was it this week? I don't know, it doesn't matter, but I put in some, bracelets that I made, and then I've been working on, some necklaces and things like that. So that's fun. Um, oh, and then I just ordered these boxes that I'm gonna, burn, into them and stain them. You can use them for, like, tarot cards or crystals. You can actually use them for, like, little spell boxes and things like that. There's all kinds of stuff in my head. So, but
Um,
those are the
yeah.
things that I just am working on right now.
And the jewelry, is there any theme to it, or is there different things you're doing with the jewelry?
Yeah, it's all different crystals that, like tiger's eyes for strength and um just the different properties like that. Whenever I wear the crystals too, um I mean, that's another thing that I do with my candles. They're like amulets, that you put by your candle, put your intentions of what you're doing with it, whatever you need to work on at that time. Like let's say I have like some meeting with clients or whatever, maybe I'll use like sodalite or something that's for communication, put some anointing oils on it, and then wear it, and it just helps me feel that energy of what I'm trying to get through, or you know um whatever it is, like protection. A lot of the times when I go into big crowds, I get very anxious, and if I have certain jewelry on me, like bracelets or, things like that, I can kind of, like hold it or touch it a little bit. And then it just helps my mind, So it's just that type of thing is just kind of helping different people with any area that they need help with. And a lot of the people that are searching for crystals know the different properties of them and whatnot. So I kind of just have like a wide range of varieties, you know, because everybody's different any time of the day, and so yeah, just and then they have to be cute, obviously.
For sure.
So,
Is there a favorite item that you make?
um, that's a hard one. I really like making the oils and the herb powders. Um, but like I said, you know, it's only like a select amount of people that are into that, but I really enjoy it. I do enjoy making the candles, and creating different labels. I'm not an artist. Like I can't draw, I can't do anything cool like that, like sculpting. So making the labels or creating cute designs is as close I can come as to being an artist. So I do like that aspect. And basically just coming up with different ideas. It gets my mind working a little bit. So, yeah. And then the jewelry, it's nice to get back into the jewelry. I mean, people create this phenomenal jewelry, and I mean, maybe at one point in time I could be that creative, but it's just a lot of researching, you know, watching different techniques. YouTube is like a savior for sure. Like it's insane. You can look up anything on YouTube and, you know, take your own little spin on it. So
Exactly.
that's a lot of it for
Yeah.
sure.
Very cool. And do you take requests, like custom orders or anything?
Yeah, I do. I take requests. The shop it doesn't really sell, but I like making like wine glasses,
Cool.
like etching onto them. I have like a really cool moon one that I make. Like my family and they get that's what they get. They get gifts. Like my two sons, it's not like God, I keep saying like an idiot. I feel like a 16-year-old.
You're
Sorry.
fine. It's like totally fine.
Totally.
Yeah, I mean, oh my gosh. But my sons, I made him these super cool beer mugs. They both had like the old uh remotes, like they were both
Yeah.
gamers,
Okay.
and one said player one and one said player two, and then their names on it, which they thought was super cool. My
Nice.
aunts, like my stepdad, what was his Papa, the man, the myth, the legend. Like, I mean, just fun stuff like that. I like doing that. So I get requests on those. I definitely get spell candle requests. You know, like I said, if somebody asks me what oils do you think I could, you know, help for muscles or lotions or yeah, I love it. And if people email me, I think it's so fun. You
Mhm.
know, if they email me and ask me any questions, it's just I love it. It's cool. You know, it's fun to relate with different people that have a like mind because it's hard
And it gets
sometimes, you
you
know,
to,
to find those
yeah.
people.
And it gets you to venture out
Yeah.
like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna try that. Yeah. Okay.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. That's completely it. Because I'm like, okay, yes, you know, okay, well, maybe if they like this and I like this, then other people will like it, you know? And yeah, that's a huge part of it too. It's a good time.
Yeah. Good challenge, Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
So, what got you into the horror genre?
Horror genre, I think like growing up in the 80s and 90s, that's pretty much what we had, you know? Like we didn't have iPhones and, you know, like
Yeah.
everything at our fingertips. So going to like a weird movie store and they have those sections of obscure movies, you know, and I had older brothers and they were totally into that. I had one neighborhood friend where I mean, I think her siblings were like 25, 30, and she was kind of like an oops. So her parents were a little bit older and they were like done kind of like not that they didn't care, but they're like, yeah, go pick out whatever you want, you know, and my mom would be like, no, you're not getting, you know, like you're not getting that. So just getting movies like that would scare the shit out of us or be super gross, you know. It was fun. I think the biggest thing. And then that's what was so funny when, because I grew up in Nebraska and in Omaha, and coming to Phoenix, I've lived here for, I don't know, I think 22 years now, but there's so many more opportunities, and events to go to, and it kind of takes you back, like just with the Mad Monster and even the Terror Trader. It's just fun, it makes you feel like a kid again. I think the scariest movie of my childhood was Salem's Lot. They,
That's it.
like the kid at the window,
Yes, yes. That's the thing I always emphasize. The kid at the window scratching, open
oh
up,
my
let me
God,
in. Yeah.
I know. When you were a kid, did you, like, in my head, I would be like, okay, if I'm covered up to my neck, then nothing could get me. And like at night when you're sleeping, and
Mhm.
then because I was always thinking about that kid at the window, like vampires or something. So it's like if I have my covers up to my neck, then they can't get me. And then I would get so hot. I'm like, all right, if one foot's out, it's okay. Like that type of thing. And then I think about Poltergeist, with that scary ass clown under the bed. So I would always jump to my bed, from the door, like run in there and jump. So nothing, I don't know. I would always come up with these things in my mind, like if I did it ahead of time, that it would
Yeah,
like
for sure.
it would save me.
Do you
Yeah.
have a
So
do you have a favorite horror movie? The one stick out to you?
I don't know if I would call it a favorite, but I don't know if you could call it a horror movie, but The Exorcist is always one of those movies where, I mean, it's, like, embedded in my mind, and it's so scary. Even now, I can't watch it by myself. If I do, it has to be with the lights on during the day, and I'll mute some of it and just watch it, like, um, any type of other, I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of right now.
Have you ever played with a Ouija board?
Yeah, we used to when we were little, or like middle school. I think that was mostly it. I don't do it now because it freaks me out a little bit more, knowing like doors actually do open. I think, spirits are real, I think. So that's kind of one that I feel like is kind of out of control. I don't know, it's kind of silly, I know, but I don't have one in my house. Like my middle son, that's their thing right now. He's 21, and they're in their party phase. So he's into the Ouija board business now, and he had one in his car. I think it was Christmas or something. He's like, I should take it out. I'm like, no, I don't think you should. I don't think you should bring that into my house.
Yeah.
But the aesthetics of the Ouija board are fun. Like one of my candles is a Ouija board candle. I mean, I love it. There's keychains and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's not my thing. Tarot, love tarot. Love tarot
I would like to
cards.
learn more. I'd like to learn more on that.
It's fun to dig into, but it's hard. It's been years and years and that's another big one to research. And I think it's learning it at first and then learning what the cards are supposed to mean, and then like learning to fill what you get out of the cards. I used to do that with my friends all the time too, as read their tarot cards, and it's really weird the feelings and messages that you get from them, because I had some people that like weren't close friends to me, so I really didn't know what was going on in their lives. And then some of the readings that I did, I'm like, I have no idea what that means, but I mean, if it means anything to you, and they're like, yes, totally, and then say something. And it's just a nice way to get into your intuition a little bit more. And then the pendulums, I love those
Mhm.
too. Sometimes they don't always work for me all the time. When like, I don't know, there's like a groove or it's really feeling it, it's pretty cool, like it's legitimately moving on its own. I'm not like forcing it to move. Um, yeah, Ouija board, It's not for me. I don't know, but yeah, tarot cards all the way. I have a lot of tarot decks, and I like the oracle cards and things like that too. So that's my divination method. Absolutely.
It's
Very
really
cool.
cool. You were talking about meditation earlier. There's a podcast I listen to that they tell scary stories. I don't know if you ever heard of Scared to Death. I listen to that a lot. They've been
I
talking,
have. I have to remember that. I
they're
have to
really,
remember
really
that.
and the host is a comedian and his wife is his co-host, and they're just a really fun couple to listen to. But they've been talking about a lot of stories of meditation and opening up another realm through meditation. And do you
Mhm.
believe in anything like that?
You know, yes, for sure. I think okay, personal story, but whatever. So I told you like the mental health that I've always worked on. Um, so in have you heard of ketamine treatments?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's yeah, so it's basically like a hallucinogenic, that you go to the doctor's office and they hook you up to an IV, and it's like 45 minutes of an intense meditation slash acid trip kind of in your mind. But I mean, I didn't have to, but I needed to go through a set of that just to kind of get my mind in a certain place. And at first, I'm like, why don't I just smoke some weed? Like, what is the purpose of going this intensely? But when I did it, it took me to such a different level, and I think that's where you're supposed to aim for when you're meditating, at least in my mind. After doing those treatments, it helped me figure out how to get to that place of meditation, because I would have people telling me you should meditate, but I'm like, sitting there like nothing's working, nothing's happening,
Yeah.
trying to meditate and not getting it. But once I did those treatments, I it's just weird, like, because I would always have specific music on or essential oils, different things like that. Because the first time I did it, I was like, "What the fuck was that?" But then I'm like, "Okay, this is my time to completely meditate." And it just made me find so many things out about myself and opened up different levels in my mind. And just kind of reach into myself a little bit more and learn to trust things that I'm feeling, or if it's coming from, somebody that's protecting me or anything like that. That opened it up a lot. My son, I tried to get him meditating, like his whole life since he was a baby would see spirits and things like that. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm more open to this type of area. Because they were legit. Like, I would have to calm him down, from he would literally be shaking, and this is one of the calmest kids in the world. Like, he came out as a baby just, like, looking around, like, he was so calm and laid back. So it would freak me out when he would, you know, be scared. But I tried to get him meditating as well, and I sent him a few, um like guided meditation podcasts, not podcasts, but like things that I would listen to. And I would ask him about it. He's like, nope. He's like, he's like, it was cool, but then I started hearing things and feeling things, from basically like a different type of realm. And he's just not there. He's not at the point where he wants to open that up. He's like, I can't, it's like, I think he's a little bit traumatized from
For sure.
that age. But I mean, he's 25, so I'm like, you never know, I'm like, you probably at one point you might be at the place where you'll accept it and feel comfortable enough to kind of weave through it. Because I think it would be, I mean, obviously it would be a little bit frightening, but
Yeah,
it's kind of a cool gift at the same time.
for sure. And
Mhm.
where can our listeners find you and your products?
Obviously in Terra Trader, I do have a moonlitdreams.com. It's with a Z, Moonlit Dreams .com, where they can find it. Links to my Etsy store. I'm not really great about putting my stuff on there. That's like one of my goals this year, is to get better at my website and social media, that type of thing. And then my email address is info@moonlitdreams.com. I literally love getting emails. It's so fun to me. So if anybody has questions about anything they're looking into, I'm more than happy to answer emails or, help figure anything out. I'm pretty open in the area of talking with other people. I like it. It's a good time.
Very cool.
Awesome. And so our last question is always the same question, and it's because Justin's a prog metal drummer, and
Yeah.
our podcast is called Drumming Up Conversations. So we always like
Right.
to know, who is your favorite drummer?
My favorite drummer is Dave Grohl, from back in the Nirvana days. And then I just thought he was hilarious in
Yeah.
Foo Fighters. I know that took its turns, that group and things like that, but he's freaking hilarious. And that is when when he was in that doing all those funny videos and stuff, I'm like, okay, I can get with this funny guy. And then my favorite song is shit, from Queens of the Stone Age. What the hell's that song's name? No One Knows.
Oh yes, yeah, I like that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the drums in that, like, that's a song that can get me in a good mood no matter what. Like, I'm like, all right, I'm in my car, that's a good song. I love the drums, and
Yeah.
I don't know, it just moves you. I mean, obviously you're a drummer,
Yeah,
that
for
is,
sure.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Did you
cool.
did you see Dave's movie Studio 666?
Oh, when was
No?
that out?
Oh, it just
Oh,
came out last year.
It's all the Foo Fighters in it. Yeah,
So
it's hilarious.
So Taylor's in it and everything.
Yeah, the whole band.
And
They're writing an album in this haunted mansion, and
Yeah,
it's hilarious. Yeah,
what's
it's
it called again?
Studio 666.
Oh my God, now you give me something to watch. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's cute, it's funny, it's a little suspenseful.
Like, if you like the Burbs and dark comedy
Yeah.
horror movies,
Yeah.
it's like that.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Hey,
Yeah,
that
and
gives me
it-
something to watch
Yeah, and
while
it
I'm making my
showcases
shit.
all of them.
yeah.
Yeah, it gives each one of them a personality and everything. So
Yeah.
it's not just Dave.
Mm.
It's really
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah, can definitely get into that for sure. Cool.
So-
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining
Thank you
us.
very,
Thank
very
you, Cynthia. We
much.
appreciate it. We'll post everything. Oh, there's a cat.
Oh yeah, that's Missy.
I love cats. Justin won't let me have a cat.
She's like, what the hell's going on? What are you talking to?
Awesome.
There she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys. This is so cool. This was
Yeah, for
another
sure.
thing, and I'm like, you want me on your podcast? You know what I mean? So it's awesome. And then my kids were making fun of me. They're like, what are you going to talk about?
Oh,
I
well,
make candles.
show
Like
you.
being
Yeah.
assholes.
Yeah, we'll show them now, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am interesting. No, just kidding.
All right. Thank you, Cynthia.
Yeah. Hey, and make sure
Yes.
you guys go to the Mad Monster. I know you
we
love
have that.
it.
We have that written down. We're gonna check it out for sure. So yeah.
And then,
absolutely.
I'm sure you're gonna go to the Terror Trader event this summer too. Have you heard
Yeah.
about that one in
Yes.
August?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super
Right.
excited about that.
Right.
Okay, well, hopefully I'll see you guys there.
Absolutely.
And keep in touch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
for
sure. Thank you.
All right.
All
All right. Take care.
Drumming up
Bye.
conversation.